Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. Anyway, guys, do me a favor if you could be so kind. Click a like, support the channel, subscribe if you haven't done so. And again, we're trying to, get this thing together, right? We're trying to get through this maze of an unprecedented market, full of twists and turns, and not everything can be smooth. And I've been saying this now for many years. Look, everybody loves that rabid bull market, right? Everybody's a genius, and then the market goes to the downside. And in the first month or so, that's good too, right? Because you're getting structural balance off areas of price discovery to the downside, the 50-day loss, the 200-day loss, and then you get this very special market full of noise, right? Full of news, full of, twists and turns and breaking news and headlines. And, yesterday I recorded the video, 10 minutes later, you had news come out that, the government has banned NVIDIA for selling their H2O chips to China for the indefinite future, right? Kind of a little bit of a different take on what I was talking about coming out of a very tight channel last night. And I made a joke about it, last night, or was it this morning? I don't even remember anymore. I made a joke about it that, with all this news, with all this fluid news cycle, what do I got to do? Record the video at 3 o'clock in the morning just to capture all the latest news. So crazy, absolutely crazy. And I'm telling you right now, I don't care if you're trading for, 25, 26 years or 25, 26 weeks or 25, 26 minutes. This is a really tough market, man. You know what I mean? This is a very tough market. You could be sitting in a really great position and then news comes and that position is blown out, right? So it's very easy to be discouraged. It's very easy to blame everything. And I'm a human being also, right? I'm a human being as well. It's like, I had 2 trades today in the morning on NVIDIA, right? First one, I rejected into supply. Stock came in, made some money. Second one, I short, right? I short, some news comes out, I lose some money, right? And then the afternoon came, we'll get to that in a second. But the most important part is, again, folks, remember, everybody's looking at the market exactly the same way. Like everybody's looking at the market exactly the same way. It's just, unfortunately, you're being fed this complete BS on social media. Oh, it's so easy. You do this, you do that. Guys, I'm doing this for a quarter of a century. All my buddies are doing this for the same amount of time. We're all sitting here. We're one headline away from getting it absolutely wrong. But the good news is, you got to just continue to thrive. You got to continue to kind of push through it. You got to continue to mentally stay strong, because you just don't know, man. You just don't know when that beautiful wave is going to come. You're going to jump on that beautiful wave and right to the goal line. We'll get to the second. We'll get to that in a second as well. So as you can imagine, last night we talked about, well, something has to give here. If we could get above the 20-day moving average, we're going to go higher. If we lose the 5-day moving average, we're going to go lower. NVIDIA drops its bombshell. Then you have the White House coming out and saying, well, China now, forget about the 145% tariffs. We are implementing 245%. Just put it at 8,000% tariffs and start from there. This is way too much. And the market started tanking. The market started getting hit. Everything was bad. And then you got a headline pre-market that says, well, wait a minute. China now is willing to sit down. And then the market started rallying, right? Rallying off the lows. So as you can imagine, going into today's session, anything that I was looking at that was very tight was blown out, was absolutely blown out. Every stock that I was looking at, 99% of the stocks that I was looking at today got blown out at the open. So like, here we go again, right? Here we go again. You have to poke your eyeballs out just to catch a wave. And then slowly but surely, the market started getting softer. we started to identify levels. Again, I'll show you this in a second. So we started to identify levels. There was literally only 3 pivots today. 2 of them confirmed, right? There was only 3 pivots. Tesla to the downside, NVIDIA to the downside, and PLTR to the upside. They're obviously never confirmed. So you knew after lunch you had Jerome Powell speaking, right? And here's kind of the highlights, right? He started speaking at 1:30, and here's basically the highlights. Jerome Powell said Wednesday, and I'm reading this off, believe me, I'm not smart enough to understand everything he's saying, said Wednesday that central bank could find itself in a dilemma between controlling inflation and supporting economic growth. Powell gave basically no indication that he sees an interest rates headed. He doesn't know where they're going to be headed yet, but he noted for the time being, we are well positioned to wait for a greater clarity before considering any adjustments to our policy, which basically says we're not cutting rates. The market didn't like that. But you know who did like it? The people who were watching Tesla, the people who were watching NVIDIA. That was pretty good, right? And we went from mentally tortured, right? Because again, in this market, once you miss your wave, you got to wait. We went from mentally tortured to catching one of the great, dare I say it, one of the really, really magnificent moves of the day. Both happened pretty much simultaneously. The first one, if you guys remember, we were watching Tesla yesterday. You guys remember Tesla? I was talking about, if it could break below the 5-day moving average, this thing becomes a sell. If it gets back above the 20, this thing was a buy. Tesla was literally one of the very few names that actually gave a daily macro channel today. And here was the pivot, folks. Here was the pivot. So 245.93 and the pre-market lows of 244.82. If it builds below, can flush. So not only did it flush, not only did it take out the 47, took out the 45.90s, took out the pre-market lows. This was just awesome. This was just literally an absolute meltdown. So here is all the levels here, right? Every single level here. The stock just got absolutely imploded, traded below the April 10 lows of 239, traded all the way down to 233. Just an incredible move, guys. Congratulations. I mean, really, really congratulations. Considering how hard it is to be patient, consider how hard it is to sit there and, and understanding this type of market, you have to break some eggs, right? You can't be perfect. You can't be, this magical, mythical trader you think you are in your mind in a bull market. You're going to break some eggs, but you're breaking some eggs is called the cost of doing the business. You don't need to be perfect. You're going to break some eggs to make an omelet, but when you finally catch that wave, and Tesla gave it an incredible move, gave it an $11, $12 pivot today in the afternoon. It was worth it. And that's the whole thing. It's absolutely worth it. Again, believe me, I'm doing this for 26 years. I am farthest from the greatest trader in the world. I suck. Sometimes. Sometimes I'm pretty good, but I suck, right? And if you believe you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, then you're not looking at the market rationally, right? You're not looking at the market from the point of reality. You're looking at it from how you have to portray to yourself to make believe to try to convince others how smart you are. There's nobody smart in this market. It's a reactionary market. You have to be disciplined. You have to take smaller losses. And the most important part is you have to wait till the next wave comes. And when that next wave came, it became really, really aggressive. NVIDIA, this was another really, really big one. All morning, folks, they were coming for the 100 weeklies, 100 weeklies, 100 weeklies, 100 weeklies, 100 weeklies, 100 weeklies, 95s for next week, 90s for next week, 95s, 100s. NVIDIA finally lost its pre-market lows, 103.52. If it builds below, can flush. Same thing as Tesla, not as aggressive, but basically the same thing. So here is the pre-market lows right here, right, guys? Here it is. Here's the pre-market lows, 103.50s. It lost the 103.50s and got absolutely smoked all the way back down to the 100 area after the close. And, they already announced this. It's not really anything earth-shattering. I'm recording this video. I couldn't possibly tell you if something is actually happening between Japan and the United States, but there was a closed-door meeting after the close. There, I believe, was some sort of, potential deal or some sort of softening of sanctioning happening in this closed court deal. Obviously, I wanted to be flat overnight. I just didn't want to wake up tomorrow with some sort of great deal with Japan and the United States having everything up 10, 15 points. And the most important part is, guys, again, save your sanity, right? Again, you don't got to front for somebody on social media. We're all going through this at the same time. This is not the easiest market in the world. This is not the smoothest market in the world. You'll be in really good trades and get shaken out of the trades because a damn headline just randomly falls into your lap. You know what? At the same time, and Kane, shout out to Kane in the webinar, he said exactly the same thing. The way we kind of got screwed a little bit on the initial PR on the video that kind of squeezed me out for about $1, the same PR, or no, excuse me, a different stage of news came out. And this was via Jerome Powell, and he sent these stocks into hell. That's what it looked like. Into hell on one candle that really pretty much repaid us. So you live with the, you live with the good, you live with the bad, you die by the gun, you live by the gun. You got to make sure, again, you are mentally ready for every single day. It's hard. It's draining, right? It's confusing. And I'm telling you, if you're a brand new trader right now, I don't care how you trade, right? You could be the greatest trader in the world. You're going to run into some shit. Excuse my French, but that's what it is, right? You're going to run into something. You're going to vibe with something. So most important part, especially if you're a new trader right now, just sit on the sidelines and watch. Sit on the sidelines and watch. It's not for you, right? It's not for you. Right now, you're still trying to get mentally in tune of how you want to approach a market. Not necessarily even this market, just a market. You're still trying to figure out who you are. Are you a day trader, swing trader? Do you want to trade options, E-minis, crypto, stocks, technology? So how the hell can you be expected to really understand where do you want to be in your career, or at least at the start of your career? And at the same time, every single day, you're dodging grenades. Not even bullets anymore. They're just absolutely grenades. The good news is eventually this will go away. Right? Eventually, this will absolutely go away. When is it going to go away? I have no idea, but it will go away when there's finally some sort of deal that is done between China and the United States. Again, they just can't keep on re-raising their percentage of tariffs. It's starting to get a little obscene. We went from 34% to 50% to 100% to 145%, now at 245%. Just again, put it at 2,000% and start from there. Right? Let's save us a lot of time. But tomorrow, again, we will be prepared to the upside. We will be prepared to the downside. Am I going to be perfect? Am I going to be the best? Am I going to be the worst? We don't know yet, right? That's the whole point. You keep on taking little bites until it turns into a really big meal. And that's it, guys. And that's it. Don't let anybody try to confuse you, try to tell you how great everything is and so easy everything is. This is the hardest market you're absolutely going to trade in your life because it is event-driven. It is geopolitically driven. Okay, this is not just, well, this stock came out with earnings. No, there's a lot of moving parts. And again, by the time I'm recording this video, you can have 28 different headlines that hit the press, right? And that's the bottom line because that's the market that we have. Guys, stay safe. God bless. Let's do our best. And with God's help, I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.